Hey, it's me again. Hopefully you've had a little bit of practice with making circles and you feel pretty comfortable with that. So I wanted to build on that to show you how you can use constraints. Remember, constraints are those limits to make your only like part of your circle appear. So what I mean by that, for example, is let's say you just wanted to have a line that does, not a line, but a little curved piece that looks like that, and you don't want the rest of the circle. One option that you could use is you could just add constraints to the equation of that circle. And I'm going to pull up that planning or the graphic organizer to remind you where I put the information for constraints. And it's right here. And so I'm just going to copy it and paste it right here so that we can look at it at the same time. So if I want to only get this portion of the circle, that means that I'm going to look at it as far as like my y-axis going up and down. That means that the low point I would want for the circle is 0, and then the high point that I would want for the circle is 2.5, because that is, so I just want like that little area of the circle between 0 and 2.5. So because we're talking about the y-axis, that of course means that we're gonna replace the variable with y. We want the smallest value to be a 0. We want the highest value to be 2.5. And for the inequality symbol, we're going to use that same less than or greater than or equal to, or less than or equal to, sorry. And we're just going to fill in the blanks with that here. So if I type these constraints into the graphing calculator, and remember how to do that, I'm just going to go over to the equation of the circle that I want to like cut off, for lack of a better term. I need to do little curly Q braces. I'm going to paste it right in there, and most of the circle disappears, so that leaves just a little section there at the top, so that if we just want a little portion of the circle to make a curved line, we can do that too. So I'd love it if you'd pause the video for a second, try to do the same thing with the blue circle. Try to enter a constraint that cuts off so we just have that portion of the circle, and then restart the video and check out and see if you did it right in just a second. All right, so I'm assuming that you've paused the video and that you're ready to check it out. So we want, if we're looking at our y-axis, again, and I just want this part of the circle, the low point that I want for the circle would be a -10, and then the high point would be -7.5. So I'm going to enter those constraints so that my smallest value is -10 and my biggest value is -7.5. I'm going to copy those, paste them inside my little curly Q braces. Oops. And we got it. Part of that circle disappeared. All right, so there are a couple of activities that I've provided, like practice examples for you if you want to practice using constraints and making your own little sections of circles. Otherwise, there are more videos about ways to make different shapes. So I'll see you back at those.